Hi, I'm AJ.
I'm Caleb.
And, yeah, Jeremy's not feeling good.
I killed him.
And we're back to Tuesday's Extraordinary Times. Alright, gonna dive right in. Do you ever read the book Where the Wild Things Are as a kid? I know I definitely did. For me, it was one of those books that really jump-started my imagination and my love of books. Unfortunately, the writer of this wonderful piece of work, Marie Sendak, has passed away today at 83 years old due to complications from a stroke. It's just really a time for me to look back and remember all the many different books that I was able to read thanks to this one introduction. He also wrote, I didn't even realize this, but he also wrote such books as, let's see if I can find it, In the Night Kitchen, Outside Over There, Higgledy Piggledy Pop, and others. And in fact, we'll actually have a posthumous book coming out, My Brother's Book, later this year. So look for it, get it, because yeah, this is really a great man of our time.
Awesome.
All right.
Okay. So, on a construction site, they usually have this. Occasionally they have acid to so they clean the metal and make sure it gets clean and doesn't rust and things like that. So they had a big vat of it because they need a lot of it because there's lots of metal in buildings. In case you didn't know.
Right.
And this man fell 40 feet through the roof of the vat into the acid. Now this is it's a vat of nitric acid, which
rather strong.
I think it's stronger than our stomach acid, but I could be entirely wrong by that.
Somewhere
I have
around
no
there.
idea.
Either way, is like 40 to 70% diluted, something like that.
Yeah, which isn't. Well, no.
No, sorry, 47% nitric acid.
Yeah, so not that diluted.
Right.
Now I'm not certain. We're not certain how long he stayed in there. It says 5 minutes, but that might have been 5 minutes after he gotten out. But anyways, another coworker actually jumped in and got him out of there. Now the guy that fell in has injuries. He has a broken rib, punctured lung probably from the rib, lots of burns all over his body, and so he's in the ICU, right?
Yeah, he's in critical care. Yeah.
Yeah, and so hopefully he'll be all right. But the guy that saved him is only his burns from his mid down, because he's about waist deep in it, and he's doing well. But yeah,
jeez, talk about a hero.
Heroes indeed.
All right, so for something completely different,
in fact, probably on the other side of the world.
Yeah, if you didn't know, we're in a recession across the world, and things are actually starting to look a little bit better in some places, particularly Australia, where they are actually projected to be the first major economy since this whole downturn started to actually get a surplus. Now, if you haven't been paying attention to world events, this is huge. This is enormous. And it actually may even be because of the austerity measures that they put into place that, France just rejected. If you don't know what I'm talking about, check out yesterday's show, roughly here. Right.
That way.
I'm not used to sitting on this side. Anyway.
It's only the second time he's done it.
Right. So, yeah, they're actually looking really good, looking to step forward and be possibly a leader into this. May be somebody for us to be watching for pointers.
Yeah. Okay. So, there are lots of books in the world. Actually, basically most of the information in the world is actually still in books. It's a very, very small percentage that's actually on the internet. However, in this library, they found a book, 270 years old. It's a book that's, what is it called? Dissertation Upon Parties. Now it's from 1743. And it's one of 15 copies that's still around now.
Yeah,
because there was a fire that ripped through most of them. So they found another copy, one of the original ones, in a vault in a library. I don't know how you lose it in your own vault.
From what they were saying, the books have been moved around quite a bit. So from like location to location, so it
just kind of fell out.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, they found another one. Information shall be saved. Hurrah!
Yay! What I find kind of funny actually about this one is the library originally had 2 of them, and they lost both and found one. So
yes,
awesomeness. All right. So, there is a company out there called Blue Origin. I hadn't really heard about it before. They are in the space industry, or at least trying to get into it, and have recently revealed their attempt at a space vehicle. This thing is looking really cool. It's just called Space Vehicle, so nothing like Dragon that we've talked about before in previous episodes. I guess they're still coming up with a better name. I don't know. Either way, the specs are looking awesome. Should be able to reach the International Space Station. They're being rather tight-lipped about it, but the main thing I think for me is what they said about, let's see, right there. All right, about halfway through the article, one of the representatives says there are really 2 reasons why they're tight-lipped. One is we like to talk about things we've done, not things we're planning to do. So it's more about accomplishments. After all, the space business is hard. Things are always taking longer than you'd expect. I think that's true for newer space companies as well as established space companies. As for the other reasons, is we don't want to get off focus. They're a really intense engineering company. And so really they're acting very intelligent about this. They're not trying to hype themselves up. They just want to push forward the space agenda, which is a good one to have, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so jumping over to Japan, there was this 59-year-old woman who fought back a man who was trying to steal her purse, which is, I think, one of the most stereotypical ways to rob someone I think ever. Anyways, well, she started scuffling with him, but that's a weird word. Anyways, she started fighting back and actually ended up biting off part of his finger at about the second knuckle. Yeah, that's not going to be sewn back on. First off, teeth do not leave a clean cut, which you need to be able to put something back on. But
she showed him.
59 years old and bit your finger off.
He got away. She actually got her purse back in the scuffle, so she's doing just fine that way. And it hasn't been released whether the finger is going to be used for tracking him down or not. Fingerprints.
Fingerprints.
Either way, yeah, good on you.
Yeah. Oh. Going back into space.
Yes, more science. Science. Beautiful, wonderful science. All right. If you get that reference. Anyway.
No one heard it.
The Air Force has released images and information on its what's called the X-37B space plane. Now, it kind of looks like a space shuttle a little bit between space shuttle and a rocket. But it's looking absolutely amazing. Can carry something like
7 to 8 people.
7 to 8 people. It's actually been up in space for the last 430 days and still working. It was only projected to work like
270.
270. And it's still up there and going. And this is a space plane. This is, it is meant to go into low orbit like a jet.
And then be able to come back down.
Yeah. So we may actually have the, military successor to the space shuttle here. And actually military instead of just NASA. So... yeah. Crazy stuff. Check it out in the article.
Science.
And last story of the day.
But certainly not least.
Definitely not.
Okay, a paralyzed woman named Claire Lomas was able to complete the London Marathon.
Okay.
Now, it doesn't sound... Well, actually, paralyzed. Paralyzed woman completed the marathon.
And not in a wheelchair.
Not in a wheelchair, and not in a single day. She actually is testing out some new robotics legs.
Yeah, bionic mechanical stuff.
Better, faster, stronger.
Right.
Anyways, so it took her 16 days, but they set up the whole finish line again once she actually was able to get there. And how the legs work is pretty much when she shifts weight, the legs take a step forward.
Because, yeah, she can't feel anything from, like, here down.
Mm-hmm. That's not
crazy.
That is paraplegic, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know the exact terms. Either way, she just can't feel anything down that direction, and she completed a marathon with her own 2 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So, major step forward, medical science.
Yeah.
Yes, do it, and I can't wait till she can actually feel again, because I really think we're going to be able to get that far.
Now, but basically what happened is that she was able to go, at the beginning, about a mile a day, and she gradually picked up her pace every day. So she got as far as she could, and then they would go back to the hotel, sleep overnight, and then come back to the same spot, and then she would continue from there. She never cheated once, and... Oh, man.
She wasn't even going to get a medal because of some rule changes you had to finish on the same day of the marathon as it started. Mm-hmm. But word of that kind of got out to a British Olympian, and he's like, yeah, let's see what we can do about that. And 15 other people who had participated in the marathon donated their medals for her. So, awesome. Good on you.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyway.
You could also say it was extraordinary.
Uh-huh. Oh, see what you did there. Either way, thanks for joining us once again. Thanks to all the people that participated in this wonderful show. You really couldn't do it without half of you guys. Yeah, I'm AJ.
I'm Caleb.
These are extraordinary times. Be aware.